life on this rock you call Earth.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me,
There's a lot
lol.
wrong with you.
I'm perfect.
Okay.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Okay. I don't think you want me answering that. Wink.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm speechless. Actually, no, 75. Settle on head.
Oh.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Well,
All right,
I'm
look.
glad to
Wow.
hear it.
Look, I'm.
Wink.
Oh my god, guys. That's crazy. Wow.
So are you.
This is Joe Biden, the President of the United States. Now, everyone knows that Joe Biden is a human gaffe machine. And since he took office back in January 2021, Biden has made bloopers, blunders, and gaffes on the daily. Here are some examples.
Putin may circle Kyiv with tanks, but he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people. Right now, in all 50 states in the District of Columbia. Well, I just want you to know, I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. There are more corporations incorporated in America than every other state in America combined. Think about it. Think about what you'd think about at the time. Well, there are about 16 there I've already gone in for yet, and a lot more is asked. Another 20 or so. So I'm going to be doing it.
And so, after nearly 2 years of this nonsense, I think it's about the right time to highlight a bunch of the strange verbal gaffes, policy blunders, terrible optics, and a ton of straight-up lies that Biden has told since he took office. So, here's the top 25 of his residency so far. Let's start off things with number 25, when Biden was bragging about the amount of vaccines he purchased.
And the order, and that increases the total vaccine order in the United States by 50%, from 400 million order to 600 million. This is enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
So according to Joe Biden, it's going to take 2 million doses for every one person to be fully vaccinated.
This is enough vaccine to fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
Now, obviously, this is one of the countless times that Joe Biden misread the teleprompter. But it's also one of those rare moments when Biden realized that he said it wrong and made an attempt to clarify.
But we want to make, look, I want to repeat, it'll be enough to fully vaccinate 300 Americans.
Coming in at number 24 is this moment where Joe Biden was asked a question amid the noise of Marine One.
What must be what?
Now, it's unclear exactly what Biden said, and I'm not saying what I think he said, but I will say what it sounds like he said.
What must be what?
And as these things tend to go, it went viral, which means that it was eventually fact-checked by the media, because no one is allowed to have fun with anything. Reuters fact-check claims that Biden's response was being misconstrued, and that he didn't actually say that his butt's been wiped. On the other hand, Reuters couldn't actually definitively say that he didn't. While his complete phrase is not entirely clear, Reuters was able to confirm that Biden did not say the words that have been attributed to him on social media posts. Of all the things to come out of Biden's mouth, this was not something that needed to be fact-checked. And it really shows the great lengths that the media will go to try and protect him.
What must be what?
Next, as you may have seen featured on the channel, Biden has problems remembering people's names and or the position that that person holds. Here's some examples.
Congress Auchinclaw, Sauce, where is she? There you go, Jake. Leaders in civil rights like Karen Nagasaki. And look, healthcare is part of Abigail, Congresswoman, or your Congresswoman's background.
But by far, the most glaring example of this comes in at number 23.
I took it to instill public confidence in the vaccine. President-elect Harris took hers today for the same reason. Now, when President Harris and I took a virtual tour of a vaccination center in Arizona. Last week, President Harris and I stood in the United States Capitol. And that's why I asked President Harris to travel to the region last August. But all kidding aside, of course, President Harris is a proud Howard alum.
So, on no less than 5 separate occasions, the President of the United States got confused and called his Vice President the President. 81 million votes, guys. 81 million votes. Number 22 on the list highlights Joe Biden's vitality, or apparent lack thereof.
Been so generous with your time in these difficult days. You and I are going to write yet another chapter in the beautiful story of the friendship between our two nations, the United States of America and the Jewish Democratic State of Israel. Both of us.
Now, was Biden dozing off? I mean, it sure looks like he was. But for the sake of argument, let's say that Biden was completely awake. Then that begs the question, if he was awake, then why wasn't Joe respectful enough to look at the Israeli Prime Minister while he was being spoken to? And ultimately, whether or not he was asleep or not is not the issue. It comes down to optics. To be fair, climate conferences are pretty boring, so you can't really blame him. But then there's this underrated clip from Biden attending the commissioning of the USS Delaware.
I get
And for comparison, here's Biden with his eyes open and his eyes closed. Clearly, there's a difference.